Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I am Ryan Bowling. Thank you for joining me. I want to continue our discussion on this school shooting because I think it's very relevant and very important that we get updates on all the information that's coming in. Now, I just discovered that evidently what was supposed to be something that was supposed to protect the children in the school actually worked for the advantage of the actual shooter, and that it actually protected him rather than the students. So I don't want to go. I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get into this article. It's a relatively short article. I want to read this article because I want you guys to know all the information that you need to know, and then I'm going to give you my commentary. The title of the article is "School Security Features Protected Shooter Slow Texas Police Response." And it begins, some of the features designed to keep students safe in an active shooter situation actually work to protect the shooter and slow the Alveda police response to the Texas school shooting on Tuesday. The shooter managed to barricade himself behind two locked doors, forcing police to wait to find keys. And remember what I said in the last video, for those that got a chance to watch it, I had made the comment as to whether or not basically the police should go in full force and start shooting. Remember in the last article, it stated that witnesses stated that parents were begging the police to go in and take care of the situation. You just go in and take care of the situation. And the police were standing by and they weren't making any moves. So there's been a lot of speculation as to why they weren't making any moves. Were they told not to make any moves, or were they not making any moves because of tactical situations? But this article tends to support the concept of a tactical situation, that they had a tactical disadvantage and the shooter had a tactical advantage. So let's read on. An 18-year-old shooter shot his way into classroom 111 or 112 at about 11:33 on Tuesday morning. Texas Department of Public Safety Director Steve McGraw said in a press conference on Friday morning. The classroom doors were unlocked as he entered the classrooms. At that point, the shooter barricaded himself behind the locked doors that were designed to keep an active shooter out of the classroom. School award ceremonies earlier in the morning could have contributed to the classroom doors being open. Alveda Consolidated Independent School District safety protocols call for all classroom doors to be, quote, closed and locked at all times. The classroom doors were open when the shooter made entry into the school. And this is where we get into the concept of why were the doors open. That could be speculative. As it said, they could have been, contributed to the classroom doors being open because they had the school award ceremonies. But if the protocols calls for the doors to be locked at all times, and they were basically designed to protect the children from crazies like that guy did there, then why were the doors open? That's left of speculation, but that can get into the area of conspiracy theory, which I'm not going to get into right now. Texas Department of Public Safety officials told Breitbart, Texas, on Friday that these classroom doors were designed to not be able to be kicked in by someone outside the classroom. Isn't that interesting? The doors open towards the hallway and are encased in a metal frame. The windows on the doors are a tall, slim, rectangular shaped design to limit visibility into the classroom by an active shooter. The two classrooms have a suite-style bathroom between the two classrooms, allowing the shooter to move back and forth at will between the rooms. So you see here, it actually, though it was designed to protect the children, it actually worked at the advantage of the shooter. Doesn't sound good. Window blinds also prevented law enforcement from seeing into the classroom. Officers could not see into the classroom to determine where the shooter was and what tactical advantage he might have had. DPS Lieutenant Christopher Olivois told Breitbart, the shooter had the tactical advantage the entire time. Once the shooter locked himself inside the two adjoining classrooms, McCraw said the on-scene commander made the decision that the circumstances had changed from an active shooter situation to a barricaded suspect / hostage situation. McGraw added, McGraw added, quote, with the benefit of hindsight, where I'm sitting now, of course, it was not the right decision. It was the wrong decision, end quote. So we see here, according to what he's saying, the delay in going in and basically rushing the guy could have been a tactical disadvantage on their part, and not knowing the situation. And I kind of knowing the circumstances of the situation. And I kind of hit on that yesterday in my last article, that they didn't rush in because of basically a tactical disadvantage. It could have caused more damage. It could have caused damage to them. It could have caused damage to more students. So this is his perspective. Police utilized lulls in the shooting to move students and teachers out of other parts of the school, including a lunchtime field cafeteria, while multiple officers kept the shooter in place. At the same point in time, a decision was made that this is a barricaded subject situation, McGraw explained. He said the incident commander believed, quote, there was time to retrieve the keys and wait for a tactical team with the equipment to go ahead and breach the door and take the subject at that time, end quote. Both doors, classrooms 111 and 112, were locked from the inside by the subject, the director continued. So this individual was smart enough to lock him up from the inside. Really? It just sounds crazy. It just sounds nefarious and underhanded. But I'll continue on. When he went in, he locked the door. He came out one time into the hallway and went back in and locked the door. At the time that the officers went in, both doors were locked, McGraw stated. They got a key from the janitor and used it. The team, led by Border Patrol agents and other law enforcement officers, entered classroom 111 using the janitor's keys and killed the shooter. At this time, officials did not disclose the time in which officers retrieved the keys from the janitor. And that may be in another news source or another information site that may give more info on exactly the time frame there. But as you see here, according to this individual here, and to his statements, this was a tactical decision that they made, and they couldn't just go in and rush the person. But my question is, if these doors were designed to be protocol stated, they'd be shut at all times, and they were having a reward ceremony or whatever, then why was the doors open? Because even during a reward ceremony, you should have the doors closed. If anything, you really should have the doors closed. Why? Because you have more people in there. But if a shooter wanted to shoot up a bunch of people, he definitely could do it because you have a bunch of people inside that room. So that would make things easier for him to get the biggest count. So the doors should have been closed. That's what my question is. Okay, why were those doors open when, according to protocols, they were supposed to be shut all the time? Does all the time mean all the time, at all times? People, whether people are in the room or not in the room, or what does it mean just certain parts of the time? If it's a ceremony, a reward ceremony, you can keep it open. Because of that, the guy was able to enter in. So see, stuff like this is just a terrible, terrible situation. And these type of things ought not to be an ongoing situation and problem in our country. Once again, my hearts go out to the families of those who have lost their children in such a dire time as this. Something is going on. I'm going to sum this video up with this. Something is going on. Something is going on, because as you're going to find out in my next video, that someone is trying to use the same type of weapons to try to cause problems. And I won't go into detail about it, but someone, a pedestrian, had a gun and stopped the threat. You're probably not going to get much information about that on the mainstream news for several different reasons, and I'm going to get into that on my next article, so stay tuned for that. But what do you guys think about this whole situation, about the doors being open and they should have protocol calls for the doors have been closed? What do you think about this? Do you think there was something else going on here? Or do you think this is just merely a tactical problem or a lack of information. Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, share this video, and subscribe. God bless you all, and see you again on another Black Conservative with Ryan Bowling.